or whatever, and they're, it's all. And here's the thing.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip down one more.
Okay.
This is from the New York Times. If I could open it. So we're being told it's Russia, right?
Right.
So just like everything else, the Earth's round. Okay, these people did this. Okay, I believe you that you told me. This article in the New York Times says a powerful Russian weapon, the spread of false stories. So, I mean, I have no idea if it's really coming from Russia or if that's just, like, oh, well, they're not going to fight it, or it's easy to prove that, Russia is the one that has interest in Donald Trump. They keep trying to push that. But so this whole article talks about how Russia has, like, State Department's sole purpose is to spread false stories to influence political opinion throughout the world. And I know we said this before, but if you went up and talked to some lady at the supermarket and said, maybe the Russians didn't hack the voting database or whatever the hell it was they hacked. Maybe that was our own people, like some sort of like Watergate thing or whatever. And no, that's preposterous. We wouldn't do that. Hey, this article about Russia where they just make up false stories to help influence shit that happens throughout the world. Oh yeah, Russia.
Absolutely.
Russians, they're dirty. They would do that. That's something they would do. But I mean, this talks about how all kinds of shit. Like, I guess Sweden, they're talking about doing some military partnerships with NATO, and Russia sent out all these stuff about how they're going to have nuclear stockpiles in Sweden if this goes through. Like, all these fake stories which people just buy up. And it's like we've said before in this podcast, like, I don't even know what the hell's real and what's not. Like, I don't know what to read. I mean, everything you read on here, I mean, this damn story could be fake for all I know.
So, like, in this case, it just kind of dawned on me, but right, the question that you ask yourself is who stands to benefit? Well, let's think about that for a minute, and this is kind of a tinfoil hat theory, but it just dawned on me. So let's set up the scenario. Look, the FBI has to monitor this, right? Because we feel like the election could be at risk, right? Who stands to benefit from that if the election is at risk? We've already set up what could possibly happen, right? And so the FBI has to have oversight.
What would happen if it was at risk?
Exactly. Who's in office right now?
Obama?
That's right. You got to sort it out, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be sorted out. The FBI, we know that it was at risk, but we couldn't stop it. So now the FBI has to sort out who's actually won. We can't tell. What do you do? Maybe it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. But let's think about it for a minute.
Theories is like, there's going to be something that's going to happen to keep Obama in office.
But think about it like this, though. You got to set up the safety net of that, right? The backstory behind it. If on election day they were to come out and say, well, the Russians hacked the election, 70% of the people are going to be like, well, more are going to be like, what? No, that didn't happen. Obama just wanted to stay in power.
Yeah.
But if you set up the backstory for it now, you say, look, the FBI fears that the election is at risk. Right? We've got to monitor a situation. Boom. Now you have clown show over here, Trump, and then you got the death by silent night, not the Christmas, but like if you fall asleep at night in Clinton's presence, you might be killed.
Yeah. Right?
So your clown show, and we call her Storm Shadow. I don't know, what do we call her? That's not good.
She's I don't know, lizard lady.
Okay.
I mean, that's
right.
Pretty much scientific.
The reptilian
goddess. Watch what you say, man.
I know. Well, anyways, because they know we're a clown show too. But so you got those.
Sent that agent on our run today to listen to our conversation.
Had no idea how to. That guy had like the worst run form. He looked like Keanu Reeves running, not like the sprint, but like the bounce.
Did look like Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Had his head bob. Anyways, so what do you think about that? Possible.
Yeah, and
either way, they set it up. It's set up.
Here's
whatever election
like,
fraud or whatever.
If you have an election of whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got some people you don't trust, and they've got a person they want, right? Like Obama wants Hillary to win. He don't want.
Okay. Trump.
I mean, if he's not going to stay in office, right?
Right.
So, like, oh well, let's get some protection on this so we can ensure that the Russians don't influence it. But we got it. Hey, Hillary Clinton won. What do you know?
Uh-huh.
See you guys later. You know what I mean? Or like you're saying, I mean,
What if it's like this? What if it's like this? Is that as we get closer to the election, the puppet masters who control either, right, Obama, Clinton, and Trump, right? They're running all of them. They're gauging the public sentiment, right? Because the public has a big disdain for this. Is probably one of the most, I think, as far as elections go, the two polarizing figures that are running. It's like nobody likes either of them, right?
I know.
Right? The public hates both of them. Like, one side really hates that other side, and the other side really hates the other side. But nobody's like, well, I mean,
so what sense does that make? If they were voted in there, but everyone hates them all.
So if they're gauging, the puppet masters are gauging the public sentiment, and they're like, man, maybe we're not ready yet, right? Maybe we're not ready for Clown Show, or maybe we're not ready for Storm Shadow, or Sneaky Snake, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Kali,
I don't know, man.
Kali, the goddess of death.
I didn't think about your scenario there, but
I didn't either until we just started. It just hit me right when we were talking about it. And so, what if they're not ready, and they're saying, look, we've got to have a fallback plan that we could say, hey, yeah, it was hacked, so we've got to leave Obama in there for however long, a rerun, a re-election.
Just put him in for another 4.
Right, or 2, or whatever, however long it takes to run a new election cycle. I don't know. This is, if I'm foretelling the future, it's not me.
You heard it here first.
You heard it
on
here
the Spearhead
first.
Transmission.
All right, good enough. Let's move on.
I just got blown away. Did you add an article at the bottom?
I did.
Okay. Oh, my next one. This is just kind of funny to me.
Which one is it?
The Huffington Post. White Lives Matter movement is to be listed as a hate group by Southern Poverty Law Center.
Oh, the SPLC.
Yeah, so this we were listing them because they're clearly white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
All these groups
Yeah.
just get me, man. Black Lives Matter, it's, for police brutality. White Lives Matter, racist.
What did it, like, Brown Lives Matter?
I don't even know what the group stands for or anything.
We got Blue Lives Matter.
It's funny. Yeah.
Green Lives Matter.
It's funny as I was in the Navy one time.
What about Dog Lives Matter?
I like dogs.
Nope.
And I was talking to this Puerto Rican dude, and he had a brown pride tattoo. And I said, man, how do you get away with that? I was like, I'd get in trouble if I had a white pride tattoo.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, well, man, you guys always take